Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, hello! My name is Rose Wright, and I write and narrate Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction. Please consider leaving a big like down below and commenting. If you aren't sure what to comment, say tomato sunburns. Without further ado, please enjoy Chapter 8, Pool Party. At the pool of the Hotel Le Grand Paris. Cannonball, dudes! Nino shouted as he jumped off the diving board. He jumped and plummeted into the pool, splashing anyone who was within range. Alia and Marinette turned it into an all-out splash war. Before they knew it, a figure loomed over the side of the pool, blocking the sun. Chloe. Marinette's insides twisted at the sight of her as Chloe had one hand on her hip and a scowl on her face. Thanks to you, I'm all wet. This swimsuit is a Chanel original. There are only a few of them left in the world, and it is very expensive. Adrien backed up against the edge of the pool and used his glistening forearms to lift himself out to sit by her feet. He stifled a chuckle. Isn't that the point of a swimsuit, Chloe? She was beside herself with anger, but attempted not to show it. She wouldn't want Adrikins to think she was angry with him. Well, no. Yes, but not this one. Wait till my daddy hears about this. Chloe's lackey and best friend, Sabrina, handed the snobby blonde girl her cell phone. Look, Marinette, Alia remarked. Baby has to run to her daddykins because she can't handle herself. Alia thought it was hilarious, but Marinette choked on her laugh. When it came to Chloe, Marinette tried to be the bigger person. The hateful blonde has always gotten everything she ever wished for, and it proved to be a disservice in her life. Things didn't come as easily to Marinette and most of the people in her grade. She tried to show sympathy towards Chloe without expecting anything from her. Chloe didn't have any real friends besides Adrien, so the least Marinette could do was treat her with compassion and kindness, even though Chloe made that nearly impossible. Chloe stalked off to where she had been sitting with a hair flip and a scoff. Sabrina! Chloe squawked. Yes, Chloe? She approached much too eagerly. What can I do for you? Move my chair somewhere else, away from the squalor. The blonde brat snapped back as if it was obvious. Yes, Chloe, right away, Chloe. With that, Sabrina pulled up the lounge chair and began to move it, trying not to become unbalanced. Sabrina's stronger than she appears. That chair was twice her size. Good riddance, Alia commented, seeming to be honestly grateful. Adrien, who was still sitting on the edge of the pool, glanced at his waterproof Fitbit and noted, It's been a while, I better coat myself in sunscreen again. God forbid I get burned before a major photo shoot. I'd be dead before I could even finish high school. He chuckled lightly as he stood up and began to rummage through his bag. Marinette glanced away from him, his wet skin catching the light. He looked almost ethereal. His abs especially caught her attention. Did he have a full workout regimen? She didn't doubt it, considering his father was exceedingly strict. Alia nudged her as if to say, Go talk to him. Marinette's best friend didn't get a chance to say anything, though, because Nino was underwater, sneaking up behind her, and yanked Alia's legs out from under her. Marinette giggled and used the pool ladder to exit the pool. She sauntered towards Adrien in her black bikini. The top was shaped like a crop top, but instead of sleeves, incorporated a myriad of strategic cutouts. Simply breathtaking. As she approached, Adrien looked at her, slightly slack-jawed. Hey, she said shyly, still not looking in his eyes when she spoke. Hey, Marinette, he beamed. I'm so glad I was able to come with you guys today, even if my bodyguard has to keep an eye on me. Simultaneously, both teens looked at the gorilla who was sitting at a nearby table under an umbrella, in a chair that looked like it might collapse under his massive size. They both gave him a tentative wave, which was, unsurprisingly, not returned. The pair turned back to face each other. Their gaze lingered too long. Well, I better get back to the others. She swiftly turned to leave. As she was turned, Adrien noticed her back and the tops of her shoulders were a shade of tomato instead of their usual porcelain complexion. Wait, Marinette! He stood and grabbed her wrist. She turned around, her eyes like saucers, and looked down to his hand grabbing her own. Her face matched the newly burnt shade on her back. He dropped it abruptly and said, "Did you not put sunscreen on your back?" She hesitated. "Oh, I couldn't reach it this morning, so I guess I forgot." She put an arm on her shoulder, trying to look nonchalant, and winced as the sunburn already seared with pain. "Let me help you. Here, I have some. May I?" Okay. Thank you, Adrienne." They sat on the same lounge chair as he squirted the substance directly on her back. She shivered from the sudden cold of the sunscreen against her reddened skin. "Sorry." He applied a generous coat to her delicate skin, hoping it would soothe her burn. He massaged it into her skin and wondered if she felt as embarrassed as he did. He could smell the chlorine from the pool on her, but also something else. Coconuts? Right, that was the scent of her shampoo. He started on her back, moving to her shoulders. He couldn't believe how fragile she felt beneath his hands. An involuntary tremble came over her, goosebumps making themselves visible. He relished in the scent of her, the feel of her. He realized he just wanted to be close to her. He pulled his hands away as he realized they had just been placed on her, motionless for too long. "You're good to go," he stammered. When she turned around, his face was the one that was red like a tomato. She smiled kindly. "Thanks so much, Adrienne." "Any time," he uttered. He started to leave. "Adrienne?" Marinette sounded unsure. Adrienne looked at her in a brief moment of stunned silence. Her eyes crinkled as she smiled, which sent a lump to his throat. It reminded him of Ladybug. Right. What was he doing? He was supposed to be in love with Ladybug. It's not like he had forgotten or anything, but he has been falling for Marinette. Hard. He wondered how she felt about him. In his gripping thoughts, she grabbed both of his bare hands and planted a kiss on the tip of his nose. Her cheeks were a beautiful pink. He couldn't tell if it was from the sun or nervousness. "Well," she spoke up, "let's get back to the water. It's so hot today." I think, Adrienne thought, she does like me, and I like her. Actually, I've fallen so fast for this girl. The day turned into evening when the group decided it was time to leave. "Bye, girl," Alia addressed Marinette with a hug. "And don't think I didn't see that thing with Adrienne. I'm gonna need the deets later. You know I'm shipping you guys." When the two girls broke their hug, Alia winked at her. "Alia!" Marinette wanted to protest, but the couple had already started walking away. "Marinette, we could give you a ride if you'd like," Adrienne offered, a slight tinge of pink on his cheeks. Sure, that'd be great." Both teenagers slid into the silver car en route to the bakery. Not even 2 minutes into the drive, Marinette's eyes began to flutter with sleep. Her head dropped onto the teen model's shoulder, and he placed his head on hers and thought to himself, every day with her is the best day ever. Thanks so much for listening. Chapter 9 is on the way. If you liked what you heard, please consider subscribing. That would be amazing. As always, stay miraculous!